Week 9 on the journey to the new 1%. So for the community, I created content and made the commitment to having my virtual assistant send DMs for the free courses on professional development. It ties together quick cash flow for her in a larger market, advertising for the new 1%, and sets me up well on the sober living side of things, so it's a win-win-win. My virtual assistant edited content and was notified that we'll be starting cold DMs soon. For sober living, our business credit was finalized, came in at $19,000, which is short of what I wanted. There are future credit options, but we need to get the business off the ground to access them. I made more private money connections, and it's time to start looking for deals again. I had the thought of reaching out to rehab centers to fund my sober living acquisitions from reading a book, but haven't been able to find a good list, so that's on the back burner. I'm moving her to DMs this next week, and that's what my week on the journey to the new 1% looked like. What about yours? Comment below and let me know. I'm making content on the side of the new 1%. I've been brainstorming questions, and it did make my content planning smoother. A lot of the questions come from, okay, how do I find a business? I need like 15 to 18 questions for that, 18 questions for how to fund it, 18 questions on the due diligence of a business, and then it's on the operations. So it's advertising, sales, marketing, customer success, and your offer, I think are the kind of 5 topics I'm talking about. Or it might just be, I think it's advertising, sales, marketing, customer success, and your offer. And that's because that's the extent of what I've learned about business. I've learned the advertising, the branding side of things. I know a little bit about, but I'll pretty much be sharing what I'm learning, but those are 5 kind of core components. Eventually I'll add a 6th and a 7th, like operations, culture, team building type of thing. But for now, that's what I'm sticking with. That's what I'm making the content on. And so asking questions about advertising, sales, branding, customer success, and asking questions about all 5 of those topics. Oh, I'm blanking on the 5th one. Customer success, advertising, sales, branding, and regardless, there are 5. Those are the topics. So it's how to operate a business, how to find and fund a business, asking questions about all the topics under that, underwriting a business, and just having a series of endowments that I'm going through of entrepreneurs who have done really cool things and who have used their capital for philanthropic causes. And then, of course, we go into like a leadership, self-improvement type of topic, pretty much basing my content off of John Maxwell's leadership topics, because I get to learn about leadership as well as challenge entrepreneurs on how to lead better and say how I'm leading better with my virtual assistant and honestly with my family, right? And then number 6, community investing. You know what it is. So just brainstorming questions for all of those topics has been really helpful. My content planning went very smoothly yesterday, and it wasn't like as painstaking as it usually is. So as I continue to brainstorm more of those questions and get questions for each topic, that will be exciting. Just to run it by, the operations topics were sales, advertising, branding, customer success, and I know there's one more, but I'm blanking on it. Oh well. As for the sober living side of things, not sober living yet. What is the new 1% funnel? So I'm going to have my virtual assistant sending out DMs. And the DMs will be, hey, I saw that you are a career coach. We're launching a freebie with some professional development. Do you think any of your audience would want to join this freebie? And then you can get a revenue share as well as equity in future companies that they buy. Because that's the path we're taking them on. Right? So that's going to be some sort of value prop initial DM to career coaches and just to individuals as well. And the funnel is really get them in the freebie courses, then get them in the $25 per month subscription, and then get them to buy a business. So the $25 per month subscription is really some quick cash flow for my VA, a way for people to set themselves apart and actually get access to the courses on community investing, and just to show that you're someone who's serious about it. When you have a chance to put your money where your mouth is, it gives you a chance to vote with your dollars. So you're a bit more serious than the person who's doing it for free, right? And honestly, these people, it might be one of their first kind of self-improvement things, their first businessy things. And so I'm not really trying to break the bank with this first one. I'm really just trying to separate, get another level of commitment there. And it's like, hey, everybody who's paying this $25 a month is serious enough. Let's take them to the next step where you're doing the community investing with all these people paying the $25 a month. And that means you kind of went through this trust accelerator with them where you're working out together, you're talking business together, you're growing skills together, and you're just getting better together, putting yourselves through adversity together, like just hard stuff. Like choosing to wake up and work out and then holding each other accountable to that, that's adversity enough. We're not trying to kind of bear extreme burdens with one another here, but we are trying to build trust, which comes from shared experience and I think hard things together. So, free courses, $25 a month, kind of a trust accelerator where the people will opt in and commit based on how much they want to commit. Like it won't be them paying me. It'll be like, hey, here's the trust accelerator. Go run it with each other and pledge a certain amount of dollars towards the LLC that you guys are going to start together at the end of this 6 months, right? It's like, hey, yeah, I have the $3,000 to drop in it right now, but first I want to build this trust. So you're committing 6 months of time or 3 months of time or however long you want the trust accelerator to be and X amount of dollars, which will say another level of commitment. And at that point, it's time to all go get business credit together. Well, first go get business credit separately, then get business credit together. So really the funnel looks like free courses, $25 per month courses and coaching, probably some affiliate stuff with like Credit Suite and some credit repair companies to help people get access to business credit. And then they pair up into an LLC, get 3 to 6 people in the community. And it's like, hey, we all got 50 to 100,000 in business credit. Let's all go buy 2 or 3 businesses now and operate them together. And then we scale from there. And so really at that point, it's like if you have a common vision, then link up and scale. But if you get the business credit and you get the personal credit in line and you just want to go buy assets on your own, then go do that. But I think there's something to getting some partners in this thing and going really big. And when you go buy 5 businesses with 6 partners or 6 businesses with 6 partners and each business goes to $3 million in EBITDA and your holding company has it, you now have a holding company that does $18 million in EBITDA, which if you make it good enough, you can sell that for 5-6x. And so you get a, $90 million exit. So that's kind of the new 1% funnel. Free courses, $25 per month, affiliate stuff to build personal credit and build business credit. And so I'll get paid from affiliates, but I'll just be sending them to other businesses to do that. Then a trust accelerator where I don't get paid anything. Nobody gets paid anything. They're just pledging to each other. And then we buy businesses together. So hopefully I can get equity in some of those businesses, which, starts the foundation for the new 1%, 800,000 entrepreneurs who will put $1 million a year into an endowment. So buying businesses and buying real estate, that's what's going to get us there. And that's what the funnel is to get us there as of now. For the sober living side of things, again, I talked to you guys about credit and how we got $19K. It's not really where I want to be, but it is some capital. We did take action. We got capital for it. It just wasn't quite enough because our business is in the early stages. We'll access more capital as time goes on, but it's time to start deal hunting again. I had pumped the brakes on talking to wholesalers and talking to realtors because I wanted to be able to close and talking direct to sellers. Now I want to go back to that. And it's probably going to be some cold email to sellers and then hitting up wholesalers and realtors on the sub 2 side, like unicorn agents and realtors. So that's really what I'm looking at when it comes to deals. Go to the people who have the deals. And I'm still working private money lenders. So I'll probably add to my daily routine, hit up 10 private money lenders, and then hit up 10 wholesalers, hit up 10 agents, or 5 wholesalers, 5 agents, and I'll just be texting people, and that'll be my daily routine of like, send out 20 messages to people you need to connect with, and then try to schedule those connection calls. So that'll be deal hunting. I'm still doing the private money lenders. That's how I'll change my daily morning routine. It's not really daily, it's more like 3 or 4 times a week where I'm doing this morning routine to really further my business, right? And the last thing on the sober living side of things is reaching out to rehab facilities to fund sober living properties. And this is really interesting because I was reading this book, Business Wealth Without Risk by Roland Frazier, and he's a beast. I think the book was a little dense. After reading Alex Hormozy's $100 million leads, $100 million leads, how simple it was and how clear it was, I feel like Business Wealth Without Risk gave you a broad overview of a lot of stuff, but didn't go into great detail with a lot of stuff. Of course, The one thing I needed to go into detail with was where to find business owners, and it told you exactly how to do that at the end of chapter 3. And then it also gave you 10 creative ways to finance your business acquisition. And really, if you know how to reach out to the business owners and you know the people to help you with the due diligence, which there are companies out there literally dedicated to that, and then you know how to creatively structure these deals to get in for $0 out of pocket, not $0 down, it's looking pretty good. So I think he helped me out enough. I just need to go actually build a list of rehab facilities because I do want to roll up 5 of them by the end of 2024. And roll up means purchase and kind of put under one name. But it would be great if I could reach out to rehab facilities on that list and ask them to fund my sober living acquisitions, because part of that book was solving a problem, a bigger problem for somebody else with your problem. So my problem, I need sober living properties. Bigger problem for somebody else, they need increased revenue and vertical integration. So if I go to them and use their bank account to purchase sober living properties and then I run them, all they have to do is pledge their capital. I'm running them. They get vertical integration. Their business multiplies, the multiple increases, all this good stuff. So they make a lot of wealth for owning the real estate, getting the cash flow, and increasing the multiples of their business. I get sober living properties and experience and relationships with people whose companies I eventually want to buy. And so I just need to go buy this list. It needs to be a substantial list as well. And I'm curious if it's just rehab facilities and detox facilities that do this type of thing, or could it also be like hospitals and doctors and stuff like that. So I'm sure I could expand it a little bit, but there are people out there who have a bankroll who would be willing to fund sober living properties and who would be aligned with their business to do so. So I was kind of thinking of accessing that pool of financing because it's a little bit different than private money lenders. It's more strategic partnership, but I'm all about strategic partnerships. So that's what we got for you guys today on the show. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you on the next one. And remember, we are a community of people judged not by our wealth, but by our impact.